So, for those of you that are on and you're listening and just kind of hanging out with us right now, my internet is really doing a number right now. So, We will do the best that we can to get through this. But we shall see how things go. There may be quite frequent buffering and so on, and there's not much that I can do about that in and of itself. But we'll get started here in about a minute or so. Hi there, and welcome. I'm Stíofán Séamus, and I'm a spiritual healer and advisor, and an intuitive reader. As we live our lives, it guides us to and through life situations that can be difficult to understand. It's up to us to decide if we will follow the path that the Creator has set before us, or ignore all the signs and wonders that this universe has to offer. Sometimes we are presented with a life situation where we need further guidance or healing to get through it. As a spiritual advisor and a master Reiki healer, I connect with Source and channel messages and healing specifically for you and your highest good. Having love life issues? Let's talk and see what Spirit would want you to know about the situation right now. Emotional issues? Maybe you are in need of a Reiki session so that we can channel universal life energy to help you realign. Or maybe you're debating a career move and need to know if now is time to make that move. Well, through our spirit's mutual understanding, we can seek out those answers. So, if you have a question and would like to inquire about that special someone, deep feelings, or job relations, message me now to get in line for your reading tonight. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus. Somebody just messaged me and asked me if I am still doing readings. This is somebody that, like, one of my first your so sending them that link to this show. Hopefully the internet's going to work with us and be able to get her in here. But before we get into readings and so on, I'm going to do the collective. I think we're just going to pull. I don't know why, but that's... Maybe it's because I'm not feeling very two cardish. Who knows? I don't know. I'm feeling one card, so might as so what do we as the collective need to know? Give us something to ponder on and think about. Reach out to us in the space in the name of the Most Holy. Okay, so one card, Archangel Collective Reading. And we're just going to put that up there like that. So the collective reading Archangel card comes up as clairsentience. This comes from Archangel Raguel. Says, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. So, so let's dig into that. I know for me, like today, unlike any other day, I've actually kind of felt like just not worrying about doing this evening and just going to bed and so on. But at the same time, I felt like I needed to go ahead and come in here and do the show. So, you know, that feelings of emotional guidance. There's sometimes that there's things that we see in our lives that open us up to certain pathways, right? And so I encourage be thoughtful about the things that are going on around you and in your lives, and taking note. I think we really talked about some of this. I feel like this is more like a summary card of the things that we've talked over the past week and a couple of days, which is this whole thought of taking note, being aware of the things around us. So this is another being aware card. This is being aware of our physical and emotional feelings. You know, sometimes whenever we feel one thing or another, we tend to say, oh, well, that's something that's not really all that important. It doesn't really pertain to me. or I don't have that put in the spot of uh, not following our intuition, which is telling us, hey, maybe you need to go to the doctor about something because, things aren't quite exactly how they should be. Or maybe you need to go and do some grounding a little bit because things aren't exactly how they should be. Or maybe you need to have some energy work done. All of these thoughts. And so paying attention to our bodies, paying attention to our emotions, paying attention to our intuition can actually get us further and in a better place than just brushing things off. And sometimes we brush things off a little too quickly, right? I'm having to learn this lesson myself, okay? Listening to myself and listening to my body, and my body's telling me, hey, things aren't quite get started. Some certain things that you used to do or what have you, so that you can start being the person that you were before. And that's the real challenge, isn't it? Whenever we've went through life and there's certain things that we haven't done in a while that made us one type of person, and then we've put those things off and we've become another type of person. And not that person is necessarily bad, but that we've lost connection with who we are. I mean, really and truly. So let's remember that. This is going to be the last show for the next 5 days. Let's remember that over the next 5 days. Where do you pick up from here? Is this something that you just kind of go, meh? Or do you actually listen to yourself on this? I don't know. Though, for sure. Yes. Okay, Raven, if you are amongst me, I will take your question now. I do see your question. You're asking what are the current feelings of Ashership, Arshdeep towards me. I'll just what I can do, Raven, is I can do a reading where we ask what the relationship looks like. If there's anything that you need to know in that relationship, and probe it, but to read someone else, it's kind of a spiritual consent thing. If their spirit is willing to participate, then we'll let it happen. But I'm not going to probe the spirit. Harsh. But I'm not going to try and force myself in, because I don't believe in allowing in like trying to read someone that hasn't consented me to read them. Okay, so 3 numbers: the first one between 1 and 16, the second one between 1 and 22, and the third one between 1 and 40. Also, if you're on here right now and you're just hanging out with us, listening and stuff, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be more than happy to have you on as a subscriber. The more subscribes that I get, the quicker that I get some extra stuff to be able to make the stream a little bit better. On your all's end, like doing I forget what it's called now, super chat or whatever. And like if you're on YouTube, you can just pay directly through YouTube. And then there's some other things too, like I can actually get my channel name on the youtube.com / and then whatever. So there's some stuff that I would really like to accomplish, but I need subscriptions and I need people to watch my. So if you got somebody that would like to watch some of my videos, just give them a holler. If you got somebody that would like to have a reading, tell him, hey, this guy's pretty cool, and he'll do a reading for you. A free if you would like to have have a private reading, you can go to my Facebook page, facebook.com / Guide of the Light, and schedule a reading with me there. Now, Raven has picked 8, 11, and 32. So 8 from the court cards deck. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. 11 from the major arcana. 2 from 32, not 31. So from the court cards, Raven, I have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups suggests somebody that is romantic. They will listen. They're a very good listener as opposed to others. they they are somebody that is able to open up to creativity, and their partner's heart and their partner's spirituality. So this is a very kind of it's a very kind of like open-minded person, somebody that would and put them up on a pedestal, almost like they are it. They are the number one person in their life, which is, amazing. It'd be amazing if everybody could have that and experience that, right? So, um, I don't know if that really. Do you know Arsh that well? Raven, do you know Arsh that well? Or I guess I should say, how well do you know him or them? Okay, so I don't know what happened to Raven. I don't know if you're hearing my questions or not. Probably not. My internet is being so crazy right now. Top live. The next card in the reading, this comes from the Major Arcana. The card is the Druid in this deck, also known as the Hierophant. The Hierophant in a love relationship reading talks about that there could be a partner that teaches one great spiritual wisdom, but this also reminds you to stay true to yourself. Okay, so this could be a very spiritually wisdom eye opener, right? But also at the same time, it may be one of these things of it may be one of these things of being sure to not get too pulled into what they're saying, and making sure that you stay true to your beliefs. Not to say that your beliefs can't be swayed or changed or what have you, but just be cautious of swaying beliefs, okay? It can happen. It's not a bad thing, but there again, it's one of these things that you just need to be aware of. The card from the lower 40 is the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands in a love relationship reading talks about equality in the home not being found. So there, one may be overwhelmed with responsibilities. But it reminds us also to not give up. That communication is key to helping one another. Okay. So what I feel here is that this could be a very mutual beneficial relationship, okay, for both of you. If you know quite a bit about him and stuff, and kind of know his personality and stuff, and he aligns with this King of Cauldrons, then I'm going to say that this could be a match. Okay. I'm not seeing anything necessarily that says to heavily pursue. That's not to say to not pursue at all. But it's for sure, the friendship aspect of what this could be is exponential, as like I said, for sure in the friendship aspect. So take that, dwell on it, and just kind of feel things out, okay? And I think you'll be all right. So, no, thank you for letting me do a reading. Miss Betty, are you with us, Miss Betty? Well. There we go. Nice. 1, 2. Work on some audio stuff while we're in here. 1, 2. Hello. 1, 2. Hello. 1, 2. I can't tell no difference in it. Well, you know, I think I'm going to call it a night. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but given that I am hitting a dropped frames rate of 47.5%, and I keep falling out here, and I don't really have anybody else on, I think we're just gonna call it good for tonight. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to, it says live stream offline. See, keep doing that, and that's not good. So just keep us in your thoughts and prayers as we try to navigate through this whole thing of getting this show going. Because hey, I'll tell you what, this whole thing with the camera is kind of hitting the stress buttons a little bit, and then the internet's also hitting the stress buttons a little bit, and just whoopee stress buttons. Gotta love those, right? So I do send out lots of light and love to you all, and hope and pray that everyone is doing well and finds themselves well. I know it's been a rough go at it here lately, and well, I'll tell you, sometimes things just don't seem quite as is fair the right word here as they should. But you know, things are the way that they are for reasons that we will never understand. And so we just gotta roll with it, right? So I challenge you, as the guide of light, to live your life in a way that is for the betterment of humanity and for your higher self. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. We do thank you for watching. I do ask you to please be on the lookout for the next live show. If you would like to help being and reading experience more enjoyable, you can support me by sending donations to paypal.me/Guide of the Light. Every dollar that I receive will be spent in making the show better, so every dollar counts. I thank you and send light and love your way. The cards used in the show are the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes and the Celtic Dragon Tarot by DJ Conway. Your intuitive reader is Stíofán Séamus and the producer is Stephen James. Thanks to the ones that have given, are going to give, and have nothing to give other than a review and a share. My heart and light goes out to each and every one of you. May the divine bless you all. Find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Guide of the Light. You can also find me on YouTube at Guide of the Light and Twitter at Guide of the LIGH1, the number 1, like literally. Don't ask me, it was a Twitter thing, and that's just how things worked. Anyways, in light and love, peace be to you. Stíofán Séamus.